Hey, it's Chris King. Welcome back. And if you're going to start a business and you're going to create more freedom and more money, more fun and more joy in your life, what is it that you're going to sell? That's really important to think about. And a lot of people make this mistake of spending a lot of time on their business, working on their website, working on their social media, writing blogs, creating their logo, but they don't focus on what they're going to sell. And one of my business mentors says, nothing to sell, no money. And that's really important, is that you've got to take a lot of time to think about what your offering is going to be. How are you going to provide value for other people so that they give you their money in exchange for that thing that you offer to them that helps them? And we're going to talk about two of the most common business models out there. Number one, a service-based business, and number two, a product-based business. So what's a service-based business? A service-based business is anything you do where you personally or your employees provide some kind of service that benefits the person that they're giving it to. What are some examples of that? Let's say you love hair and you love beauty. You can become a hairstylist, and people need that service. They need to have their hair cut. They need to look good, and you can provide that service to them in exchange for money. Me, for example, my very first business was a window cleaning business. Somebody said that sounded like a good idea. I didn't love window cleaning, but one day I was driving around one day and I looked out of my car and I said, holy cow, there's windows everywhere. This is a great business and they're all dirty. So I saw the opportunity. I saw that people really needed this service and I created that business. Let's talk about some of the benefits of a service-based business. Number one, it's super fast and easy to get started. So if you were like me, I was a broke surf bum at the time, working in a surf shop for $11 an hour or something, living in a garage. I wanted to improve my life. I wanted to create a better life for myself. I wanted more money. I wanted more time. That window cleaning business, as boring as it sounds, was one of the fastest ways to doing that because there was very little overhead. Overhead is the cost it takes to start and run your business. In that example, I was able to go down to Home Depot, spend the last $200 I had, buy a squeegee, a window cleaning brush, a ladder, just the stuff that I thought you might need, some microfiber towels, and print up some flyers on my computer at home, and boom, I had a business. I took those flyers out, I put them on people's doors. That didn't work fast enough, so I started knocking on the doors and asking people if they would hire me to clean their windows. And just like that, I was making $50, $60 an hour. Pretty cool, huh? Big change from being a broke surf bum making $11 an hour in a surf shop to $50 an hour cleaning windows. Very cool. All of a sudden, I had more money and I could make more money in less time and spend more time out there surfing or doing whatever I wanted to do. So whatever you're doing, you're most likely working for somebody else, if you're wanting to start a business and you want to increase your earning potential. A service business is the best, fastest, easiest way to do that. It's really quick. There are some downsides to it though, and we'll get into that. Let's take the example of a personal trainer. Let's say you love fitness. Let's say you love working out. You love weight training. You've been studying this stuff. You've been studying diet, nutrition. You've got some incredible results for yourself. You're super fit. Other people notice that and they start asking you for help. And it clicks. Something sort of lights up in your brain. You have that entrepreneurial moment of, oh, this is a great business. People need it. I have this thing. I can provide it for other people. I can provide a service and they'll pay me to do it. So you start your personal training business. You get a few clients, maybe just friends of yours, maybe friends of friends that have seen the results you've gotten. You come up with a program, you offer it to these people, and just like that, you don't even need a website. You don't need a business card. You don't need hardly anything, and you can go out there and start helping people and providing value to them in exchange for money, and just like that, you got a business. All of a sudden, you're making $50, $60, $80, $120 an hour as a personal trainer. You're getting direct feedback from your customers. That's the other really nice piece of this. When you have a service-based business, you're getting that feedback right away. It's not delayed. You get a customer, you go out there and work with them, a client, and they show you how it's working. You see in their body if they're improving. And that gives you feedback to improve your system or change it or stick with it. You get that instant feedback. start making more money, you get better at it, you get more clients, you're really off to the races here, you're making a great income, but soon you start to realize that there's a ceiling to how much money you can make. So there's only so many hours a day that you can work with clients. And once that's full, let's say you can work with 7 or 8 clients a day, you're making great money. Maybe you're making $500, $800 a day, but there's not much more you can go beyond that. And let's say you get sick. You can't go out there and work. Or let's say, God forbid, you break your arm or something. You can't do your job. Maybe you're a handyman and you break your arm and you can't work anymore. Well, that's a bummer, because all of a sudden your income stops because it's dependent on you. So you might say, sure, well, I could just hire employees. And you're right, you can hire employees. And that's the next logical step that many people with a service-based business take to go to the next level. Me, for example, I was out there cleaning windows with my buddy who we started this business together. I said, this is great, but I'm kind of tired of cleaning windows. It's the same thing over and over again. So I started to hire employees. Awesome. Employees are out there, they're making $100 an hour, you pay them $20 an hour, there's $80 left over to pay your business expenses, your supplies, your insurance, your overhead, your accounting fees, your taxes, and there's a good profit left over for you. And really, for an idea, you can just take that as far as you want by hiring more and more employees. Theoretically, you can have 100 employees working for you. I met a guy once who had 500 people on his painting company. I was like, dang, that's impressive. But here's the thing, the problem with that is, and the challenge is that with each person you hire, there's a lot of challenge that comes with it, and managing that person and keeping them at the top of their game. Each person that comes into your company brings their own drama, and personal challenges that have to be managed and addressed and dealt with. People get sick, people don't show up, people quit, you've got to hire more people. The more humans and all their baggage that they bring to the equation just creates a lot of confusion and difficulty in managing your company. And there's nothing wrong with that. I love working with people. I love bringing out the best in people. I love having people on my staff. It's very fulfilling for me, but it's also challenging. And at the end of the day, your income and your ceiling is limited by how many people you can have on your staff, and it gets infinitely more complex. So what do? What's the other type of business? And that's a product-based business. So a product-based business, you're selling a thing. It could be a physical thing, like this coffee mug that people buy that you ship to them, or you have a fulfillment company or Amazon ship it for you. It could be a digital product. It could be a series of videos, just like you're watching now, that are put together that teach people how to do something. Let's say you're that personal trainer. You've got 3 other personal trainers working for you 10 years later. You've got this incredible format you've developed that's unique and nobody else trains like this. And you say, hey, I've really got something great here. You can turn that into a series of videos and sell it to people. You could write a book. A book is a physical product. You could turn that into an ebook. Now your book is a digital product. So you got physical products, you got digital products, you got all sorts of different products you can sell. What are the benefits of products? Well, one of the biggest benefits is that, say for example, this coffee mug. So you can go from selling 10 of these coffee mugs to 100 of these coffee mugs with very little changes or additional employees to your business. Really, you can do that just yourself. You could sell 10 mugs yourself through one of these online platforms like eBay or Amazon or Etsy, or you could sell 100 of them. Very few changes in your infrastructure. You could then go from selling 100 coffee mugs to 500 with very little change in your business. You're going to have to get more detailed and organized with your inventory management, with your supplier management, your shipping, all that kind of stuff. But really, you could be selling 500 coffee mugs a month with just you as the only employee of your business. We've done that before in our companies. We've sold 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 products per month with just Melissa and I and maybe one helper or two, a graphic designer that we hire, an accountant that we hire, all as subcontractors. So they're not really employees, but they're services that we hire and bring into our company. So we're the only employees of the business selling thousands and thousands of units. It's pretty cool. And for example, to have thousands and thousands of service clients that you operate, so, for example, thousands of window cleaning clients, well, you're going to have to bring in a lot more employees, a lot more vehicles, equipment, infrastructure, management teams, all that stuff. It gets really, really complicated. So for that reason, product-based businesses are awesome. I love product-based businesses, and you'll find that I'm kind of biased towards that. So why wouldn't everybody start a product-based business? Well, there are some challenges to it. And that is that they often take longer to start. It might seem really simple to create a coffee mug like this, but you'll find that dealing with suppliers, manufacturers, designers, logistics, shipping stuff, different samples of your product to get the design right, to get it to work right, listing your products on Amazon or eBay if you want to go that route, has its own unique series of challenges and things you've got to learn. It might seem simple, but really it takes weeks, months. There's been many products we put out that took a full year from the idea and concept to actually having that thing listed on Amazon, for example. Took a whole year to get that done. And that's fine. I'm fine with that because I know that if that product takes off and I get my systems down, I get my manufacturers making it, my supply chain figured out, where all the stuff's coming from, who's supplying it, and I get that all dialed in, get my advertising dialed in, that product can sell with very little effort for years. And that's really cool. Everybody talks about that beautiful reality of waking up, checking your stats, and seeing that you made $500 last night, $5,000 last night, $10,000 overnight. It's really, really cool to have your product selling 24/7 on the internet, whether you're sleeping, whether you're playing, even if you're dead, God forbid. But a product-based business can keep going if something terrible happens and provide for your family. That's really cool, and that's a lot different than, like I was saying, that example of being a handyman and you fall off a horse and break your leg, God forbid, but you can't work anymore. If you've got your products selling, they can sell all the time, 24/7, whether you're messing with it or not. And that's a beautiful reality. But it does take time, and it does take money. That's really important too. Nowadays, there are print-on-demand services, or you can get real crafty and make stuff yourself. But no matter what, it's going to take more money than a service-based business. Service-based business, I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's true. You don't need a website. You don't need a business card. You can just go out there and sell your service mouth to mouth to somebody. Just explain to them what you do, what it costs, get a verbal yes, and be off to the races and be making money. It's really that simple, and it's that fast. Products take more time, they take more money, there's more development, but there's a greater payoff long term. So what should you do? You're watching this video, you want to start a business, you want more freedom in your life, you want more money, you want more time. What should you do? First, I invite you to look at your passions. What do you love? What are you so fired up about? What do you love to do for free that then you could maybe turn into a business? I talked a little bit about that person that loves beauty, right? They love looking good. They love hairstyling. They love beauty products. Maybe they want to become a hairstylist. Maybe they think I've always loved to cut hair. So they go to school relatively quickly. They can be out there working with customers. They get a great clientele of hairstyling clients. And then they start thinking, gosh, I think I could really make an awesome shampoo. There's no great shampoos that are natural and healthy, and I've tried them all, but I think I could make a better one. They develop a shampoo, and while they're making some money by working with all these clients, they don't have that stress of having to get it done right away. They're able to develop this shampoo, bring it to market, and have all their clients test it. Maybe they say, hey guys, check out this cool shampoo. This is awesome. I developed it. It's natural. It's cruelty-free. All their clients love it. They go out and they start selling it on Amazon. Awesome. There you got a product. So there's an example of how you can take your passions and hobbies and turn those into a business. Let's say you're a yoga teacher. I used to work with a ton of yoga teachers, and I used to see a real similar process here. Yoga teacher or person loves yoga, they go to yoga teacher training, they become a yoga teacher. Awesome. Very quickly, they can get a job at a yoga studio, start teaching yoga, doing what they love, sharing this thing that helps people, and they're getting paid to do it. Not that much money, but it paves the way for the future. Now they've got students in their class. They can offer yoga private sessions. Very quickly, very little effort, very little build out. You could be teaching yoga to your students privately, either at the studio, at your own home, out in nature, at the park, and getting paid $60, $70, $80, $100 an hour. Really cool. Let's say you reach a big ceiling at that. You've got this full slate of private session yoga clients. You say, gosh, I'm getting kind of tired of teaching yoga all the time. And you develop a program, a course. Let's say that you've been working with a lot of cyclists, people that love bike riding. Maybe you're a yoga teacher that loves bike riding. And you've come up with this program that's specific to cyclists to help them open their hamstrings, stretch out their quads, free up their lower back, and have a more joyful time on their bike. Maybe you build that into an online course or write a book about it. Now all of a sudden you've got a product, right? You've got a book, you've got an ebook, you've got a course. Maybe you want to run retreats and get a bunch of people together and teach them, and it's still a service-based business, but you're getting paid a lot more because you're able to serve more people at once. Those are just some examples. I hope that gets you excited. I hope that gets you thinking about it. So post your comments below and tell me, what fires you up about all this? What kind of business you want to create? What are some ideas that you can create around your passions? Me, for example, I got these Native American flutes. I love playing the flutes. They helped Melissa and I come together. I feel like that connected us together. And I started making those flutes. Most of those I made myself. And I started selling them. Boom, there's a business. I realized that I didn't want to take it very far because all of a sudden, it kind of messed up my hobby and this thing that I had for fun when I started turning it into a production. But it's just an example of how following your passions, following your fire, following your excitements can lead you to really incredible things that are more amazing and unique than you'd ever think up just by looking at an idea list of businesses on the internet or brainstorming an idea. Just following those passions leads you to really beautiful places. So, sorry, got a little excited there off course, but leave your comments below. Tell me what you're excited about. If you're watching this on YouTube, give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you get more videos like this. I'm going to be doing them every single week. I appreciate you watching. I hope this has got you fired up because these businesses really can transform your life. They can provide you with more money and more time so that you can do what you want to do more often with the people you want to do it with, when you want to do it. I mean, I feel like it's a better experience of life and it's more available to you than it's ever been before. The tools are out there, the business models are out there, the products are out there. It's all here for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.